Morgan is recognized.
I'm honored to yield 2 minutes to the gentlewoman from New York, Representative Ocasio-Cortez.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, Madam Ranking Member. Here we are today, Republicans who have voted consistently against the Violence Against Women Act, who have taken away the right of all women to choose and have control over their own body, who, as women are bleeding out in parking lots across the country, standing there, allowing us to die, now want to pretend today that they care about women. And why? To open up gender and, yes, genital examinations into little girls in this country in the so-called name of attacking trans girls.
Ooh, that's a tough one, y'all. I used to be a big supporter of AOC. You know, it was a time when she was an outsider. She came into the Democratic Party and she wasn't no joke, her and her little crew. But she has since succumbed to the Democratic ways. And to hear her talk now is not much different than that Joe Biden, Kamala Harris type Democrat, Obama, Clinton. She's in that group now. To hear her talk about trans girls, see, it's so confusing because if you are a parent and you have a child who you might suspect is a boy, or you know it's a boy, but you might suspect that he's girly or feminine or whatever. I don't really know if it's always sexual because it's a child. So I guess you would just have to not even sexualize it. So that's why it's such of a touchy subject. And then you get the two bodies probably in the whole world that are the worst at this kind of shit. And what do? They got to figure it out. And it's such of a touchy and sensitive subject. And of course, she's being overly dramatic.
And to that, today, what we have to say are 2 words: not today. The majority right now says there's no place in this bill that says it opens up for genital examinations. Well, here's the thing. There's no enforcement mechanism in this bill. And when there is no enforcement mechanism, you open the door to every enforcement mechanism. Trans girls are girls.
Wow. Now that right there, trans girls are girls. So let's say you got a daughter and she's in school and a guy enrolls his trans daughter into your class and the trans daughter gets to use the restroom with your daughter and the rest of the girls. He gets to participate. They get a little after school karate class going on and he gets to participate in that as a girl. And he beating the shit out of them little girls, kicking them in the neck and shit. But he's a little boy as far as the DNA and all that goes. Testosterone and shit. I don't know if it kick in at a certain age. Because up until you get to maybe 14 or low, for some guys, about 14 is where the cutoff point when you can beat up girls. Because up to that point, they're pretty evenly matched. But yeah, I just don't think that boys and girls should, at that age, should be looked at the same. That's something that I think should be made as an adult, the decision. The parents just have to do the best that they can do with their child. I get it. But we're getting too much into the laws and invading other people's privacy. Someone else may be, or a whole classroom of girls are offended by this one trans girl, as they call it. It's some parents are rich enough. Dwayne Wade is a good example. He's rich enough to support that. And in whatever way his child wants and whatever he's willing to do with his money, it makes that a special case. But for the rest of us, for normal people who got to put their kids in these schools and follow rules where a child who is anatomically different than the girls gets to go in there, I just don't think it's right. And that's my opinion. But AOC is saying point blank, trans girls are girls. Then if they are, you shouldn't have to put the word trans in front of it. They should just be girls. If we could just accept that, then okay. But it's something going on there that we ain't all on this, folks. And I just feel that more people are being offended and made to be uncomfortable than the few. And the way this country works, usually the majority gets the comfort and to reap the rewards and eat the fruits, and it's the minority that it pretty much sucks. But we should stay consistent if nothing else. But god damn it, AOC, trans girls are girls.
And for all the folks that are so concerned, thank you for your concern about women for the first time that I've seen. I don't know about y'all. I don't know who's been to gym class lately, but girls, even if you only believe in two genders, I've played co-ed sports all the time. But what this also opens the door for.
Yeah, but because I don't know where she's going with that one, but co-ed sports in the elementary school and middle school levels are different. They don't have no co-ed shit in high school, not no physical sport. The girls can get hurt. They can truly be hurt. And that ain't right. And especially when you get into adulthood. But anybody who supports that, it's not that bad. I mean, god damn it. But if you're an athlete, maybe we should have the men and the women, over here, the men play against the men, the women play against the women, and then the trans, men play against the trans men, and the trans women play against the trans women. At least we know everybody's a little more equally yoked, because I just don't think it's going to work out if you go beyond that, because there are two sexes. It's not debatable. It ain't an argument. There is the LGBTQ plus, and we must understand that too. There are laws and they have rights and all of that, and we must understand and accept that. But we don't have to accept sexuality in a way that a man gets to fight a woman and a woman gets to fight a man in a in a professional sport or in an elementary school sport or in any kind of sport, because one kid doesn't want to compete with the boys because he doesn't feel like them. So then he gets to go. I mean, god damn it, that's so hard. What does the kid have to sit it out? That ain't a good answer either. But to go beat up the girls or play with the girls, I don't think that's the answer either, though. It just a little bit much for most parents to handle. Parenting is very difficult. And the last thing we need is another curveball or speed bump thrown at us. So I feel for the parents on this one, especially when you have legislators like this who get up and win an Academy Award or a damn acting nomination at the least for her little performance there. It's not totally unnecessary to be that emotional and it's not genuine, because there are other things that they need to be really, really pressing and worrying about. But this is an important topic, and it is something that's going to have to be resolved, and hopefully it can be. It's going to be not what we like for sure when the Trump team completely gets seated, because we know how he feels, and he's going to, and pretty much how the Republicans feel. So it's I guess it's their last gasp here, but it's so unfortunate for the children. And I feel for both sides, the trans little girl or the regular biological little girls. In my opinion, I just don't think that they should be paired together. You let little boys and little girls play together all the time, and if you have a trans child in that mix, that's totally doable. No matter what's going on, you can involve them all equally in games and things. But as they begin to get older and begin to have crushes and likes and dislikes about each other and notice differences, it can be very daunting and challenging. And maybe some kind of counseling needs to be extended The government's got to throw something out there to help us. You don't just implement these laws and just let us figure it out. It's going to take some some assistance on this one. This is going to be hard. And going into professional sports with adults. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Men should not be boxing women. That's just it. Men shouldn't be doing karate against. There might be exceptional women who can beat up your average guy, but a trained man in that discipline is going to win usually, and it's going to be brutal.
Is for women to try to perform a very specific kind of femininity for the very kind of men who are drafting this bill, and to open up questioning of who is a woman because of how we look, how we present ourselves, and yes, what we choose to do with our bodies. I know who loves this bill. Yes, bigoted folks love this bill.
I don't love that bill. I don't understand why a stone like that has to be cast because somebody doesn't agree with you. When somebody doesn't agree with you, it doesn't necessarily make them racist. It doesn't necessarily make them a bigot. It doesn't necessarily make them homophobic. It's none of that is true. But to rely on that default as your defense is not fair, because you don't allow us to have that conversation, and that conversation needs to be had for sure. We've been avoiding it this long, folks. It's been going on for a long time, and now Congress is getting involved. Donald Trump is about to walk back a lot of the Obama stuff, you guys. I mean, I know a lot of people have seen that coming. If you're LGBTQ plus, I could see that being an issue. I could see that being a problem for you. But you know what? If you're a part of the LGBT community, I can see that being a big problem. Obama did a lot for the LGBT community, and it's about to be walked back, a lot of it, by Trump. Trump ain't going to have it because this country ain't ready for that and wasn't ready for that. When Obama was in office, he made it very clear to African Americans, black people in this country, that the country wasn't ready for reparations. He knew it. He said it. This country ain't ready for reparations. And he point blank said it on several occasions. He wasn't shy with it. But the country was ready for LGBTQ plus, in his opinion, because he went all in. And now we got a president who don't feel the country is ready for LGBTQ, and he's down the road some years. So it's not what the country's ready for. It's what these politicians are willing to push. If they feel it in their heart, that's it. They're going for it, and they're going to make you believe that's what you want or that's what you need. You just don't know it yet. That's how I roll. But trend, it's so hard for me as a black person to see the LGBT being looked at almost like a separate race of people, and black people can participate in anything that any other race can participate in. We have black women who can box with white women in sports. We have black men who can play basketball with white men in sports. But when you're LGBTQ and you're a transgender woman and you want to play basketball, but your DNA, your biologics are saying that you're a man, but in your heart you are a woman, even if you've had the surgery and the corrective action done down there, and you are a woman, you can't go and play sports with women. You can't do everything that women can do. That's why I had a problem with Obama extending all of the laws and benefits for the LGBTQ plus, because I think as a human being on this planet, and if you're a male or a female, or if you're white, black, Latino, Asian, I get it. But to create another protected group that has all of those in it is very, very difficult. LGBTQ plus is all of us. It's everything. It's black, it's white, it's male, it's female, it's Asian, it's Latin. So why did Obama and anyone else, in my opinion, this is just me, feel it's so important to make special laws for people who are already protected by their race, by their gender, by being a citizen of the United States. That just never made much sense to me. I might be wrong on that shit. I don't know, but that's how I felt about it. I just never felt that it was necessary to do, but he did it. Ain't that some shit?
Assaulters love this bill, but also CEOs love this bill because Los Angeles is on fire right now. And this is the number one priority the majority has. Thank you, and I yield back.
Yeah, that's AOC right there. She'll throw a tantrum and walk off, because she's all caught up emotionally. She's in the theatrics, and she's all in on that Democratic Party, the one that Jasmine Crockett and Maxine Waters and all of them. Goddamn it, I got this big Cory Booker head, all of them. And we really need to start questioning them and looking at them differently. It's just not making much sense for us as citizens, as black people, as a whole lot of other things in this country, where we see our government paying special focalized attention to small minority groups, illegal immigrants. I mean, it's a lot of them in the terms of immigrants, but that would be considered a small group. But look at this partial and preferential treatment that the illegal immigrants are receiving. And anybody who thinks, oh, we need them because we need people to do jobs that we won't do, and that might be a fact. But if it is, the United States government can't figure a way out to make that happen legally. Give them work visas where they can come over, do the job because it's seasonal, and then go back, and make the employer responsible for the transportation of these workers. They get the benefit of not paying these people a whole lot of money and getting their money and their profits straight and their fields picked. Just don't seem like the government is on our side, huh? I'm looking forward to Trump. Hope things change. Full speed ahead in some direction, because right now we aren't going in any direction. So let's just see what happens. I ain't scared, I guess. That's probably why I'm so willing. I've dealt with a lot of change in my life, so this should just be another episode. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and please subscribe. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and please subscribe.